All right, good morning, traders. I'm going to be getting out of my Vino swing here soon. MRIN actually had a little gap up. May try to push a little bit more here at market open. I like the enthusiasm, but we got to be cautious today because it's Friday and it's a short day. Market closes at 2, so AUUD possibly about to pop up again. TAT, BLIN. Looks like, let's see. Yeah, MRIN just popped all the way up to 25. Quick pop there. Bunch of quick pops at market open. That's what I was expecting. D-Nut selling off. I hate they named it this. Can't take it seriously. I'm going to lock in my profit on D-Nut in a minute if it doesn't start coming back up. Now the SPY is over 431. Okay, it's starting to pull back. I was going to say, I was expecting to pull back after this big run in pre-market. Come on, Thinkorswim. Work with me here. RIN still climbing. Staff could be a possible play. Trying to try to break those EMAs, but OSG. Ooh, NIO cracking off. I am going to be getting out of my Vino swing. Yeah. Just trying to see if it's going to pop back up, but still selling off, cracking that 50. I'm just going to go ahead and get out of it. May rebound later, but I can't keep holding this. There we go. So I'm out of Vino. I may get back in later. I like it long term, but it just could not keep the momentum it had. Kind of a decent sized loss, but it is what it is. BLIN could be a possible play here. Where's the pre-market high? 657. It's already broke it. So CUEN doing. That's not doing anything. D-Nut's starting to come back up. Break a 20 and the old donut could start running. You gotta watch the donut, man. The donut, the D-nut could be a play. Yeah, add staff to this list because staff is popping up. See, we got a 200 day at 467. BLIN starting to climb, so it's definitely possible breakout coming. Break a 650. Well, let's see what GBR is doing today. Possible U-shape on the 1 minute. Just trying to hold up that $6 area. Well, actually, that pre-market high was at 660, but still, that's what's tested now. This looks good for a pop. MRIN, this could be a possible head and shoulders on the 1 minute. HUSA climbing. Break a 250, that could get going. Put HUSA. On the watch list too here. XCLA. Trying to come back above 2. So it does seem like a little bit quieter of a morning than we've been having. You know, SPY going sideways at the moment. Well, XCLA. Actually kind of like it, that $2 area. If it can hold it up here. RIN starting to try to push, but if it can't break 25, it is going to be a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, this is what I expected. A little bit quiet of a morning. 5 minute, we got the 200 at 213 on this. Yeah, we're below all the EMAs except on the daily. It's gonna have to break above those. BLIN still slowly climbing. BLIN looks like it's getting ready for a big move. If it can break 7. I'm watching them. I don't know if I'm going to yet or not. BLIN I'm starting to consider. But like I said last night and earlier, it is a short Friday, so things can be a little wonky. The volume's going to be a little different. Staff is actually possibly a good play. Trying to get above those EMAs on the 1 minute. Yeah, right at the moment, MRIN pulling back too. Right at the moment, BLIN seems to look the best. I'm gonna go. Maybe I'm not gonna go. They restricted my trading because I pushed the limits. I put money in here this morning, so it's not gonna let me trade, I guess. Should let me trade after getting out of the Vino swing. Now that should be settled because I felt that for 2 weeks. Let me restart the program and see. I'm gonna blank the screen out for a second, guys. Might not be trading anything. But Charles Schwab will let you trade over your out of your settled cash if you don't do it too much. But I did it too much, so they've restricted. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it got me restricted. I thought that money going in there would be ready to go, but I guess not. Oh well. BLIN, break a 7. BLIN's going to start running if it can break 7. Oh. There you go. Good morning, Angel. Let me look real quick and see if I can. I don't think Thinkorswim usually lets you trade with it right away. But basically, well, I don't want to say too much of what I was doing. But I was just checking Charles Schwab out to see how theirs works. Because they were letting me go. But they stopped letting me go today. God, I'm going to do all this. All this security. Now, so BL&I got rejected there. And this is what I was concerned about. These light volume. So we got pops here right at the beginning of the market. And now everything except for D-Nut. D-Nut's trying to climb. Let's see, I just went that goes through. All right. Getting there. Maybe. Oh yeah. I got some buying power now on Thinkorswim. So let's go over to Thinkorswim. I'm going to look for a trade somewhere. I don't know why it takes Charles Schwab so long after depositing money. Must be because they restricted my account access for now. I'm a little skeptical of BLIN right now. But maybe. MRIN is real bullish. Except on the 1 minute, although on the 1 minute this might not be a bad entry. What is going to be the play here? This was a little... This got halted early. We'll keep this on watch. Little IPO there. Ooh, mine's back down at 220. Ooh, I might have to start loading up on mine again. It's one of my favorite dividend stocks there. DTM. This is a energy stock. This is ran. That's not ran that much. So staff, BLIN, and MRIN are the three plays I got my eye on. Maybe Donut. Krispy Kreme ain't getting much volume though. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. Maybe TATT. MRIN starting to come up. I'm gonna go on MRN, maybe. What? What do you mean? That's a lie. Just looked. It said I had buying power. Don't you lie to me. All right, I'm gonna close my Thinkorswim and reopen it. So it's gonna go black for a second. It doesn't seem like it is updated. Well, the good thing is we don't have 20 different stocks we gotta watch to figure out which one's gonna be the ripper. We've only got 4 as of now. No, MRIN pulling back, so I might have dodged a bullet there, actually. What's the SPY doing here? Oh, the SPY's trying to come back up. BLIN looks like it's about to crack. You got a head and shoulders here on the 1 minute. Shoulder here, head here, shoulder here. The overall pattern. Yeah, a lot of selling pressure above BLIN. So that's why that's happening. Yeah, Virgin Galactic is going to be a play to keep on watch for a long time. Yeah, coming down a little bit right now, but yeah, they're going to be taking people to space as a tourist attraction. So you can imagine how much those tickets are going to cost. I don't know how many people is going to start paying to go into space, but I'm sure there's going to be people. I'm not going until Elon gasses up his rocket ship and we go to Mars. Then I'll go. But yeah, long-term Virgin Galactic is one that definitely has got a ton of potential. Not too into day trading it, but like I said, it does have potential for the future, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly. Right at the moment, everything is looking a little rough. Is it going to be a sneaky play? before I do anything, let me see if I can buy a share or something. Oh yeah, okay, well I got a share of that. So I should be able to buy stuff now. One share of old HUSA. You gotta test it sometimes. MRIN pulling back more. Yeah, so you can see all the selling pressure that's in the market today. This is exactly what I was talking about. Friday and a short holiday. It never fails. Like, we may get some pop somewhere on like one stock, but is it gonna be HUSA? Let's see. Right now I'm between staff and HUSA. More leaning towards staff. Gotta break that downtrend. I don't know though. HUSA. Bullish on the 5 minute. Just had the crossover on the 5 minute. Let's look at the 15. Not quite crossed over yet. Staff coming up to test here, so I may get ready to go test. Staff starting to break that downtrend. I want to jump in. I don't want to jump in at resistance, but basically got this nice consolidation triangle here. There it goes. Come back down some. Good morning, Cool J. Look at the 15 minute. Oh yeah. I'm going on staff. So I'm in staff 50 shares here. Looking at it in the 15 minute, I like what I'm seeing. See if it can break out. It needs to break out right. Yeah. Starting to push. Here we go. Test 550. Let's see if it can break 550. Yep, breaking 550. Starting to move. So where's pre-market high? Pre-market high is $6, so we should be able to run the 6. Should be able to. Having a little pullback. Don't want to pull back too much. Yeah, there we go. I want to start holding 550 as support. There we go. Bid stacking at 550. Now let's see if this candle can engulf this red candle. 550 cracking a little bit. See. I don't have any PR. So we got 550 acting as resistance again. That needs to break down. We are getting some selling pressure, that's for sure. Trying to keep it below 550. My screen's blurry. Not sure why that would be. Has anybody else got a blurry screen? Let me break this downtrend on the 1 minute. There we go. Well, starting to break the downtrend, but still getting held up at 550. There we go. Up, coming back down here. Coming right back down to my entry. Buyers came in right there though. Oh man, are you gonna dump? Is that all you had? No, looks good. Good to know. Thank you, Lori Lee. If it doesn't hold up the 20-day here, then this could go bearish. See, we're going right down that downtrend. That 550 acting as resistance. We got our little uptrend there. Remove this downtrend. We already broke the downtrend. If it can hold up here, I'm going to give it one more try to try to break 550 if it can push back up. It should push back up on this candle. If it doesn't, if it starts dumping, then it's just going to be over with. I'm testing that trend line and those EMAs. Yeah, you know, I should have probably took profits there. But I'm trying to give it a chance because it didn't even get up. Well, actually, the downtrend's right there. I didn't realize that. What was I looking at? For one, I had my downtrend drawn wrong. Because I would have... whatever. Like I said, if it comes back up to 550 again, I'll give it a shot to test it. And then if it doesn't break 550 this next time, then I'm getting out. Hey, good job, Sicilian. If you
If you're continuing to be consistent, make profits, then you're doing very good. Doesn't matter if they're little profits, eventually they will start to be big profits. Mine's a big float, but mine is a long-term investment. That's a very high-yielding dividend stock. It pays out a 10% dividend yield. That's why I like it so much. All right, let's see if we can go for another 550 test here. If I can get over 540, it's struggling with 540. Mine isn't going to make like any big breakout or anything. It's a very slow moving stock, even when it does get big volume. Hold on just a second, guys. So, there we go. We're starting to come back with this 550. Look good on the 5-minute though. 581 is the top of the trend line. That's what we got to break. Getting a little indecision here. I'm not seeing anything else really moving though. Right here we need to break above 550 because if it starts to curl over, it's going to come back down again and more than likely sell off. What's the SPY looking like? Oh, SPY's still fine. Going sideways. What's up, One Life? How's it going, buddy? Appreciate you stopping in to say hello. The 5-minute. 545, that's what's holding up. So 540, 545, and 550, all resistance. So we need a big buy-in spike to come through here. We don't really want an indecision on this 5-minute. Got a doji star there. So I need to see this close over that on the 1 minute. There we go. There we go. Starting to climb. Bullish engulfing candle over the indecision candle, over the doji star, and then and then you start to get buying volume in. Let's see if we're going to get back up to 580 or not. A lot of selling at 570. Ooh, they just got taken out. 575 getting taken out. Let's see. We may break out here. I'm gonna give it a shot to try to break this 580 now that we're up here. This breaks 6. It's got room to go, but we need to see a 580 break first. Trying to get there to test it. Come on, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. See, this 5-minute candle's got a minute to close. See where it closes at. Nice, Daniel B. I'm glad you got half a share in staff left, man. Proud of you. Thirty seconds for this candle to close. Decent sized buyer just came in there. Okay, that candle's closed. Now we could have a pullback. Like, we need to see 550 hold though. It dropped down to 550 there. Getting bought up. As long as it holds above 550 here. I'm going to hold it. Getting bought up off the 20-day. That's a nice strong candle. If we can continue to hold this 550, so we start pushing back up some on this 1-minute candle. This is my thinking face. What the beard is for. The beard is not for looks. The beard is for me to rub when I'm thinking very vigorously about a stock position I'm in. Makes me look, makes me feel distinguished. What are you gonna do here, staff? What are you gonna do? Guys, right now I'm not looking at the chat. I gotta keep my eyes on this because I'm not gonna take a loss on this, or I'm gonna attempt not to take a loss on this. But I want to give it. It keeps holding 550 now, so I want to give it a shot to see if it can break out because we are building higher lows and higher highs since market open. There's a lot of selling because we did just hit a. Every high we make is a new high a year, so. It's going to be a lot of resistance ahead. Ooh, random decent buying coming back in all of a sudden there. Ooh, big buyer at 559. That might bring some attention in here now, some hype in here. Oh, he's gone now. He's a little sneaky buyer. Just like them sneaky buyers. Pop up with a big old order and then disappear into the night. Yes. Come back up to that 580. Through 570. All right. This is the point. If we're going to break out, it's going to be here. If not, this thing's going to be done. So I'm getting ready to lock it out if it doesn't push up. Oh, this 5-minute candle's fixing to close. Let me look at the 5-minute real quick. Oh yeah, if we get a strong close on this 5-minute, there we go. Now let's see. Decent buy-in. Boom, there we go. Big blowout over 580. Let's see how much we got left. Let's see if we can get to 6. I was selling at 595. They just got taken out. Bunch of selling at 6. Oh, starting to explode over 6. Up to 608. Through 610. Let's go. Up to 615. Breaking through 615. Let's go. 620. Can we get halted? Can we get halted here? 624. I'm gonna lock it out. I'm gonna lock it out there. Quick $40. All right. There we go. That's what I wanted on today. A nice little Easy gain. Coming up, breaking right over that pre-market. Well, actually, it tested that pre-market high, but that's good. I'll take it. Thank you, Nicholas. Appreciate that. Now, let me see what all Daniel B's trolling is going on and what everybody's talking about. Why would anybody read the Wall Street Journal? That's a garbage publication. Oh, Daniel B was talking mad trash. You thought I was gonna bet with $1? I was gonna lose with $1 loss. you thought I was gonna lose with $1 loss? You poor boy. Thanks, Rogerville. 580 was looking good. It was building higher lows. Elvis is in the building. Welcome back, Elvis. So it looks like it's going to climb some more. There you go. Appreciate that, Elvis. Elvis always smashing the like button, but that's all I was looking for today. I'm done. Just looking for one trade to make up for some of my stupid losses yesterday of overtrading. I'm not going to overtrade it. Short holiday Friday. That's it for me. I'm done. Yeah, DB Springer's back to his old tricks, making himself look dumb as normal. I bet you'll lose. I bet you'll take $1 loss on this. Don't bet against me right now, boy. I've upped my trading game quite a bit since you've been gone. I might have took some losses the last couple of days, but I kept them tight. That made up for a couple of my losses. But I wasn't expecting too much today out of anything. And the staff looks like it's going to try to break out some more here. Yeah, there we go, up to 630. Silver's up today. Mining stocks are going down. Let's see what's going on. I will have the top 5 precious metals picks out today. I had to set everything up. I got a new way I'm going to do it with, what do you call it? Street Smart Edge. Yeah. Yeah, silver looking nice. Silver held that bottom of the downtrend in the triangle, starting to come back up. Gold too. Strong support areas for these two. Wave, let's take a look at Wave. Wave could be a possible play. This is at IPO. You got a downtrend right here that's got a break though. So you basically got, let me go to a 5 minute so I can see this a little better. Yeah. So you basically got almost the same type of pattern, well, actually, no, you don't, because you're not building higher lows. You're kind of getting a squeeze on this triangle. If it can break here, it could continue to rip. If it doesn't break here, then this will probably sell off. BLIN coming back alive. You buying some silver today at your local shop? I was thinking about kind of what your strategy is, and I do like buying some physical silver. Let's see, BLIN might be starting a downtrend as well too if it can't break out there. I think it's definitely a good idea to have some silver and gold physical on hand because you never know.
Like I have a decent amount, couple, probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 grand in silver and gold. I have it stashed all over the place too. like, like watch this. Treasure chest. I just have these two silver coins in this little treasure chest here. Little buffalo head, and what is this one? Oh yeah, the don't tread on me one right there. A little dirty for some reason. But that's the only coins that are in there. The rest of my silver and gold is hidden everywhere. That box is what I put my weed in. No. It's illegal in Wisconsin. I do no such things. You know? I don't do those things. No, I don't buy silver in huge quantities like that, because if you buy it all at one quantity at one price, well then you may be getting a better deal at that time, but I mean the price of silver fluctuates very slowly, so I buy every time it dips. Or I stopped buying here recently, a month and a half ago. Yeah, a month and a half ago, 2 months, I stopped buying silver and gold for the moment. I'll always buy silver and gold unless we get it from the moon. But my eyes say different. I'm tired. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Listen, my eyes naturally look like this, okay? I promise you, they naturally look like this. All of my life, people have been like, "Are you high?" And I'm like, "No." You're gonna buy 100 ounces of silver every 3 months? That's that's an idea. But what I was gonna tell you, Elvis, is, I would personally, I don't plan on buying any more physical silver and gold in the near future, unless they drop to a lower price. Like if they drop out of these consolidation triangles they are in, then I might buy some more. But I'm starting to look at the silver and gold mining stocks. That's why I want to do that video anyway, and I've got it all ready to record, except for I got to figure out my top 5. But I'll show you the set. I should give you a sneak peek of the setup real quick on Street Smart Edge that I'm using for this. Oops, here it is. So I've got all my gold and silvers over here. Do I have Vel on here? I need to add Vel. Yeah. And then I've got a nice little box over here that's going to give me all the information, the summary, earnings, ratings, and the metrics. And I got me a daily chart here showing me all the things I need: earnings, splits, dividends if they pay dividends. So I'm going to be going through this here after the stream and knocking this down to my top 5, and then I'll record it. But yeah, pretty nice setup to be able to look for everything I need. News. That's why I'm digging Street Smart Edge. But yeah, you got some money in silver. Don't go straight. Well, you do what you want, but well, if you're buying some silver stocks, you're probably buying stocks that are gold and silver. You're not just buying straight silver mining companies. Because like I said, there's not really any straight silver mining only companies. Yeah, like 15%. That's not a bad
I like that number. If you're going to move it up to 20% of your portfolio, that's not bad either. I mean, for the long term. BLIN is getting very close to a possible break here. Too high in your opinion, One Life? For a young guy? No, that's better. The younger he is, the more years he gets to hold that gold and silver. Downloaded Street Smart Edge last night. I still like Thinkorswim. I like the charting just a little bit better on Thinkorswim, but Street Smart Edge has so many things like this that I love, where I can just set up and do my research on stocks altogether, because I used to have to do this a different way. And I like Street Smart Edge's level 2 better, and I like the screeners on Smart Edge better as well. See, look at it right at the top of my list, staff number 1. So took that trade, hitting the most daily high count. This daily high count is beautiful. I love this daily high count. Oh, Alf got a pop in. When did that happen? I never even saw Alf pop up there. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's the bait, Rajville. Gold, silver, and crypto. Me personally, I got both. I got gold, silver, and crypto. I, I'm a crypto advocate. I'm a cryptotarian. I think cryptos are the future. I don't even think. I know cryptos are the future. At least the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology it's already disrupting so many sectors. I like to hold them both. I'm currently in a crypto trade right now. You can see right here I'm in CGLD, 177 tokens. I bought last night at 324 and then 313. And I'm up. It's up to 360, looking like it's going to try to break out again. So pretty decent win on this so far. About what, $60? BLIN starting to break that downtrend. You had 100 shares of staff at $5. HH Trader finishing in the green. You're scalping SQGB. I am green on the day as well, not on the week. I'm pretty sure I'm a little red on the week in stocks, but everything I've lost this week in stocks I've made up in crypto. So what is this stock that you're talking about? Oh, there it is, SQGB. Oh wow, yeah, that's a random pop there from 9 up to 12. But yeah, that's a good run. $3 run pretty quickly. Looks like it got halted multiple times. Probably done for the day, hitting that 50-day right there. So Sicilian, here's the thing. Even though you may be selling too early, you're locking in profit. You were just saying earlier how you've done better this month than you've done in a while. So if you continue to lock in profits, whether they be small or not, continue to be consistent, continue to grow your account, then you can start scaling up your position size. Because if you're in the green for the month, then you don't really want to stop what you're doing.
I mean, you're being consistent, so there's no reason to stop that. Once your account gets bigger, because it is going to grow if you're being that consistent, then you can scale up your position sizes. So if you're only going 50 shares now, you could scale up to 75. And that little win will be a little bit more than the 50 share position. And then scale it up to 100 shares. Because all you want to do when building a strategy in the stock market for day trading is you just want to have a consistent strategy. So if you're consistent and if you're consistently putting in profits, it doesn't matter how much it is, it's going to grow your account, and then you just slowly scale up the position size, just like a business. When you start a business, you don't have a lot to work with, but once the business starts making money, you start scaling up your advertising, start scaling up your output production, all of that. So same exact thing here. Just keep consistent and scale up. Eventually that little, $5 win or $10 win or whatever you made on that will beat a $100 win because you'll be using a bigger size. Well, the silver stocks aren't always going to follow silver strictly. That's the thing. This is the thing I've been talking about silver forever, is that it's the U.S. short futures. That's the spot price. But they manipulate those U.S. short futures. So they may not always line up with the spot price, because we saw it a couple of months ago too. The spot price was 27, but the premium on the street was 35 to 40 an ounce. And the silver stocks were all just starting to climb. So I don't think it's much of the silver stocks are really crashing or anything to worry about. They're coming back down, but if anything, this could be decent buying opportunities. Yeah, because look here, Fortuna and Rox Gold complete combination to create a global premier growth-oriented intermediate gold and silver producer. So they're working more. And it did sell off today. But it's basically, I would say the reason, let's see if it's all of them or if it's just, let me pull up TradingView real quick. Or actually, let me pull up Charles Schwab, since I already got it laid out here. Let's see. So AGI is up a little bit. Yeah, there's been some selling. There's been some selling in the markets here, in the precious metal markets. Vail looks good. Vail will probably make my top 5. Vail still on the downtrend and they pay a nice dividend. So I think, yeah, NEM is a good one. Paying out those dividends. Yes, it looks like the majority of them did have a pullback. KTNF, that looks pretty good too. Still on the uptrend. Yeah, so you got some dropping, you got some going up. Northern Superior looking good. Northern Superior is one that is a junior miner to keep an eye on. And it may make my list too. So yeah, a little bit of mix between the gold and silver precious metal stocks moving. What it is, why it's moving, is because the SPY is climbing up. Back right through here, this area, when we were getting all the selling and the market was looking sketchy, a lot of money was going into gold and silver. Actually, it's been going into it for a while now. But seeing the market push back up like this and the false hope from the Federal Reserve, people are getting back out of silver and gold. It's a weird time right now because it's like, yeah, UWMC. You were right on, Alec. Let's see Orlando's call. Yeah, nice bounce there. Good call. What is that? 36 up to almost 40. Nice call, Orlando. So I hope you got some of that. But very nice call. The young boy with some nice calls here. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I love this community. You guys are the best. You guys are learning so fast. You guys are becoming better traders every single day. UWMC. What is going on with this thing? What is going on with this thing? Let me see here. UWMC. How's Donut doing? Yeah. Still up on my D-Nut trade. My one share D-Nut. I'm holding it forever. Diamond hands on one share D-Nut. D-Nut to the moon. BLIN with that break of the downtrend. Get a nice move up so far. Where's that stock I was looking at? Whatever? UWMC. I'm trying to figure out. So 100 million in float. Let's throw it over here on this real quick and see what we got. WMC. So it's a little low right now. It was up at 10 for. See, looks like this IPO'd a year ago. Let's see what this is. Why is it showing me DRD Gold? Why are you doing that? There you go. I was gonna say, Charles Schwab, pull it together here. We don't have anything on that. Annual dividend yield 4.8%. I don't have any information on this. Is this an OTC stock? Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Let's see if I can read. That's all right. I'll resave it. What is going on with this thing? Let's see, 1 in 5 Russell 3000 editions went public via SPAC, whatever.
Residential mortgage and wholesale lender. This pulled up Bazinga. Let's take a look here. So it doesn't really help to look at the chart past a year because it wasn't even around past a year ago. This is a new. Let's see. I want to go to the actual website. WCM stock. Let's see. WCM stock company. UMC Holding Corporations. Here we go. Number one wholesale mortgage lender in the nation. Dividend history. So they've only paid 2 10-cent dividends out. They got some stuff going on there. Quarterly results. 860 million net income in Q1. 49 billion in loan volume in Q1. Alright, I want to see, so it's residential mortgage. I guess it doesn't really matter where they're giving the loans out at. Appraisal Solutions, Price Jumbo. Oh, they're doing manufactured home loans. That's big. A lot of banks don't do that. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I actually like this a lot. This is getting added to my REIT list. Let's see. Don't Nick or Sicilian, don't worry about the runs afterwards. You locked in profit, that's all that matters. Don't beat yourself up because it ran past that. Like I said, you can't control how much money you make in the stock market. You can only control how much money you lose. So if your trading plan is working, don't worry about all the rest of that. There's going to be plenty of chances in the future where you'll hit a big one. Just keep being consistent, man. Consistency is more important than getting a big win one time. I know it's frustrating. Trust me, I know. There's a lot of times I leave money on the table, but H&H Trader, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you made $60. That's good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no problem, Laura Lee. I'm actually going to add it to my list on TradingView. I was not of REITs because I love REITs, and this is a new REIT, and they are turning some profits. So, paying out a 10-cent dividend quarterly. The stock price was what, $8 right now. So that would be 40 cents annually. 40 divided by 8. What is that? 3. 40 divided by 8. 3, 4, 32, 5. Yeah, it's about a 5% dividend yield, so that's not bad. And as that company grows, the bigger the dividends will get. So if they're already paying out that, or technically they should. There's a housing shortage right now, so that could be a bit of an issue there. But because if they're a loan company, they need to be able to keep giving people loans, and if there's no houses for people to buy, then they can't get loans. So there is some sketchiness to it a little bit to be a little concerned about. Um, I think if it drops back down to 7 or 6 or 5, I'm definitely picking some up myself. It is on a downtrend, but it's a new company. I'm good with that. So a little risky, but you didn't miss out on $200. You made $60. That's how you gotta look at it. I sold early too. I sold right there in the 612 area, and I made $40. There was a whole another 60 cents that I could have got there, but I'm not concerned about it. I know I locked in a quick $40 profit, good easy trade on a day like today, because today is the day where you don't want to hold for a long time. So you getting in and out quick was a good job. Like short holiday Friday, definitely good job. That's what you want to do. You want to be in and out quick. H&H Trader, where are you at? H&H Trader, you're the scalping specialist. If you're still in here, give these boys some of your knowledge. Tell them the ways of the trading world. See, BLIN still climbing. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick little break real quick. I'll be right back and we'll answer any more questions. We'll give the stream like 30 more minutes here. We'll have some chats, whatever you guys want to do, or any stocks you want me to look at. Because, like I said, I'm not making another trade. I got my one good trade in, and I'm happy with that. So, I'll be right back. Right. Let's see, what do we got here? He's trying to watch Ross Cameron. Yeah, nobody, man. Trying to learn from Ross Cameron is, I don't know. For one, it's super stupid expensive. You can watch his YouTube videos and stuff, but man, 20 screens and buying 100,000 shares at a time of a low float stock is just insanity. But he can afford to do that because he pays. Hey, Waves is still climbing. That broke that downtrend. But he gets paid so much on courses and stuff, he can afford to lose 100 grand in a trade. BLIN looks like it might keep winning. You got it for free from some guy on Reddit. Nice. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen next week because we're gonna have the half day today, and then we're no trading on Monday. So a lot can change for the SPY. SPY is looking like it's gonna close up pretty high today, but I would expect a little bit of a sell-off towards the end of the day, probably starting around 1 o'clock Eastern. Would be my guess. I don't think it's I don't think there's after hours when the market closes early like that, but I don't know. I've never paid attention. On these holidays like this, I usually just call it a day and don't look at the market until next week because there's no reason to. If I would suggest, I mean, you could check out Ross Cameron's course, Nick, but I would suggest not doing it. I mean, a lot of his like number one trading strategy, which it does work sometimes, but like he waits for the initial run up, and then when there's a pullback like right here, he would get in on this pullback of this red candle, looking for it to come back up. So he would have most likely lost on this because I couldn't see him holding 100,000 shares. Or if he caught it right, maybe sold at that 670 or something. But I can't see him holding 100,000 shares that low down from 640 to 680 because that'd be like a $40,000 loss, I think. 100,000, yeah, it should be a $40,000 loss. He doesn't hold this long from what I've seen. But guys, if you're not watching the last rip, y'all should be watching it because most of the stocks that have ripped this week, we've been all over. MRIN, BLIN. You know, I've talked about a lot of those. Staff was a new one today. That one I haven't paid much attention to. Where's Donut? I gotta check Donut. Where's my D-Nut at? But, you know, that's up to you. If you want to check out Ross Cameron stuff, you go right ahead. Yeah, still up $1.60 on that donut. I was up $3 last night. I'm going to give it a chance to try to break out.
But it doesn't look like it's going to do much today. Should I hold my one share? Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely any content out there is worth watching. I'm not like against other traders. That's the reason why I have John and HH Traders a part of the channel, and we'll have more people come and added to the channel as well. But Ross Cameron in particular is one that's like, but yeah, watch as much content as you can on anybody trading and get different perspectives. There's always probably something you can learn from people, most likely. The problem with YouTube is though you have so many traders now on YouTube that haven't been trading that long, and they're just trying to sell courses, so they'll give you a piece of the puzzle or a couple pieces of the puzzle, but they won't give you the rest of the pieces until you buy their course. But that's why I am transparent and show everything, because I'm not trying to sell courses. I want you guys to grow with the community. Want the community to grow. Like I said, we're building something big here. We're building a community-driven company. Where we can bring people from the community into the company, a whole thriving community. And at some point, the website is still coming out. The website is very close to being ready to go. I'm just getting the last little bit figured out on it. So we will have that place where you guys can go and be more active in the community, talking to each other in the forums, discussing trades, stocks, cryptos, all that stuff. And I still need a video editor. Like I said, I'd love to hire a video editor from within the community if I could. Yeah, UEC. I mean, I wouldn't worry about UEC too much. I mean, it went on a nice climb there over a couple of months from 99 cents to 370, 367. So it's having a nice pullback. I mean, it hit the same area of resistance multiple times. Yeah. But it basically had a failed breakout of this triangle. I can actually delete that 250 line real quick. It seems to be holding the support. But it had this nice consolidation triangle, and then it broke out. So it sold off pretty much, but it's come down to that 250, which is pretty good support. And it just needs to consolidate a little bit. I mean, it doesn't move that fast. It cracked out of the triangle and dropped $1 over 3 or 4 weeks. But it's still holding the majority of its gains. Like, the majority of its gains are right through here. Like, 250 is a good area. Even if it cracks 250, 228 right there, the 200-day moving average is there, and you got 217. So there's some support below it. It's just got to consolidate now because it made another leg up. BLIN still climbing up to $8. This was the move I was looking for yesterday on it and then didn't get it. Now I'm getting it today. Of course you are, BLIN. Of course you are. My dogs don't like UEC. My dogs don't like a lot of things, so I don't know if it really means anything. Wave is still just slowly climbing. Just a slow climb. Pre-market had a huge explosion. God, what an explosion. 11 up to $40. But just slowly climbing. Definitely be one to keep on watch for next week. It could still explode at some point today, but I doubt it because we are getting later into the day. CUEN, possible U shape on the 5-minute. I bet we'll see it pretty clear on the 15-minute too. Oh no, maybe we won't. Yeah. Oh, I went to the 1-minute. No wonder. There we go. Yeah, so possible U shape on this. It needs to break 650 to really get going. But got to break through these EMAs right now that's getting hung up on. Staff, let's see. Let's see where it's at. Where'd it go? There's staff. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like you locked out profit. You made a profit. It could have easily done this back here. It could have done this when I was in it, when in the triangle. It could have very easily sold out the bottom and sold off. But that's why you want to lock in profits, because you never know. You never know when the buying's going to stop and the selling's going to come in. But this is what I was talking about last night in the last strip episode. The pops were going to be early in the morning, and then it was going to quiet down the rest of the day. And that's pretty much what's happening, other than BLIN making its climb. But it may start coming back down because there's a little double top right there getting rejected at $8. Do I think it'll come back up? Look at it on this 15-minute here. So it's trying to hold the 20-day on the 15-minute, which is right at that 530 area. If it can hold above the 20-day, it could possibly come back up. You've basically got an uptrend like this right here. There's your uptrend. And you can see every time it bounced off the uptrend there, bounced off there, bounced off there, bounced off there, and it's about the 50-day moving average as well. So as long as it can hold the trend line, which right now is currently at $5, and so is the 50, then it could come back up. More than likely, though, it's going to come down to this 5 and test it. I wouldn't get greedy today and look for another trade, to be honest. That's why I said I'm not looking for another trade.
because you're going to need volume, and it isn't a downtrend too. It's got to break that downtrend at 550, but you're going to need volume to stay in this, and we've only got let's see, it's 11 Eastern, so 3 hours. We only got 3 hours left of the market, and I would expect the market's still pushing up. The SPY's not started selling off yet, but pretty low volume on the SPY. Yeah, a little bit of low volume on the SPY at the moment. But you can see back here, during the day, we have the volume in the morning, the pops, and then sideways consolidation, and then actually power hour and after hours, we've been getting a lot of volume in to stocks. But our power hour is not going to be the same, so yeah, that's another thing with Ross Cameron too. Like you said, he buys high. You don't, like, every time I try to buy at resistance, more often than not, unless it's a very hot market, I usually take a loss. I like buying at support. And if support cracks, what was the trade I traded? I traded Staff. That's right. Where are you, Staff? Come back. There you are. So, like, I got in at 533, which was right above the 20-day on the 15-minute. $533 actually. Yeah, right here. Right when the 20 days started crossing the 50, that's when I got in. That 533. So the support area was right there, like that 516, 515. I would have liked to have gotten a better entry, but I wanted to make sure it was going to cross first. So I took it at 533. But, like, trying to buy, like, right here when you're getting off of the 20 or somewhere right here in this consolidation when the 20's way down here, that's more risky to me because you don't have any support really right through there. It did hold up as some support right across there, but it's not it's not exactly get out of here. It's not exactly, a strong support area. It held as resistance back here and support here for 2 candles, but then you can see it just crashed right through that support. So it wasn't very strong, whereas this down here was a lot stronger support. Like, if you buy in right above support, if it drops, you at least have some wiggle room to see if it's going to hold up or not. If you buy it way above support like that, like I said, way up here, if it doesn't hold this 585, well, then it's going to come back down just like it did. So you're risking a lot more by not buying near support. Same thing on BLIN. After, I wouldn't buy in on this first initial rip here. I'd wait for it to come back down, and then you could buy it on that 20. And if you draw a line right there where the 20 was at that time, you can see that there was a little support in that area as well, and it's $6. Got a nice even number of $6 right there, close to it. So buying at support to me is better than buying. Like, you could have waited for this break on BLIN and bought here, but then if it's a fake out breakout, then it'd come back down to the 20, and that's like 30 cents right there for it to come back down with. Whereas if you bought back here, it's less likely to drop as hard on you. Yeah, there you go. You know, you're only on your second month of trading, and you're doing good. You said you had a good green month, so you know you're learning fast. You're learning everything that you need to know. But yeah, support and resistance are extremely important. As I say, volume is probably the number one thing, because volume, if you don't have it, then you don't have any buyers or sellers to push the stock up. So you got to have strong volume. You gotta know your support and resistance, and you gotta know that price action. And price action is pretty basically simple as the direction of the stock. Which way is it going? So like XELA, you can see it's below. When it opened up today, it couldn't break over this 100-day, so it started dropping. But overall, just looking back, you could tell the price action was heading down. So until that downtrend breaks, you know, you're just going to continue to have a sell-off. Whereas staff or BLIN, you know, in the morning it was going sideways, but then in pre-market it started popping, and you can see that uptrend. So that price action showing that buyers are pushing it up. Price actions basically, do buyers have control or do sellers have control? Which direction is they pushing it? Yeah, candle patterns are extremely useful too, for sure. I mean, I don't use a lot of candle patterns, but the indecision candle followed by the bearish or bullish engulfing candle, my reverse Pac-Man as I call it personally, because bearish engulfing candle, that sounds crazy. Reverse Pac-Man sounds better. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, there's a few candle patterns that can really help with your entries. RSI and MACD I don't use. Some people use it. John uses it, but the only time I really look at the RSI is if it's for a swing trade or a longer term hold, if I'm looking for an entry. Because if it's a long term hold and something's been low on the RSI for a while and it's not a garbage company, then usually you can get it at a good price there, and then eventually it will be high on the RSI, which means you'll have made some money. But I mean, with day trading, it's simply supply and demand. That's really all it is. It's supply and demand, and the psychology behind supply and demand. All the things that we're using, support and resistance, volume, level 2, time and sales, these EMAs, all of these are just indicators of supply and demand. And supply and demand is very simple. You have low supply, high demand, price goes up. High supply, low demand, price goes down. So take the language of the stock market, volume and float. Volume is basically your demand. Well, buying volume anyway. You know, the more buying volume you got, the more demand you got. The low float stock, only 1 million in float, and you got 2 million shares getting bought up. Well, that's more than the float, so the price is going to go up. You got a stock that's like Apple, it's got 500 billion shares in float. That's a lot of supply. That's going to take a whole lot of buyers to push that up. That's a whole lot of supply. So you're going to need a whole lot of demand. You're finally green for the day, Elvis? But your level 2 in your time and sales is your little window in, because you see the buyers on this side. The bid is the buy and the ask is the sell. So in this window, basically, your bid is going to be your demand, and your ask is going to be your supply. So the float is still the supply of actual shares, but the sellers are the ones who are selling those shares out of the float. So they're going to be your supply. So you got a lot more buying on the bid, less selling, goes up. Like right there, just as I was talking about it. Buyers started coming in, bigger buying orders on the buy side, more green on the time and sells. More green than red means more buys and sells. So supply and demand, price goes up. Right now we're in indecision. Buyers and sellers are, fighting back and forth. Basically, are we going to get more demand than selling here to push it up, or are we going to get more selling and push down? And your EMAs, same thing. The EMAs are going to react to the price. They're going to move with the price. So if you got high demand, those EMAs will move up. And they just act as support and resistance and can let you know if a stock is bullish or bearish. And then you just look at the candles. Like, look on BLIN. There's a whole lot more green than there is red. So there's a lot more demand on BLIN all morning than there has been selling. Not a lot of supply of shares, way more demand. So price goes up. But you look at something like TNKO, has no volume, only 38,000 in volume. So what happens? Goes down. There's no demand. Gotta have demand, and that's why the volume's important. So hopefully that makes sense. It's a very basic breakdown of it that I'm giving you guys about supply and demand. And I am going to do a more in-depth video about supply and demand, but we're trading stocks, but we're also trading people. Oh, the abbreviations on the level 2. That's what you were looking at? So the only thing you really need to care, the abbreviations up here at the top, that just means bid size. BS stands for bid size. So there's the bid, so that's the price somebody wants to buy at, and the bid size is how many shares they want to buy at. Ask size, that's the sell price that these people want to sell at. And the AS is ask size, so how many shares they're trying to sell. And the level 2 is not solid. Like, there can be a bid order like we saw earlier on staff where that 929 came in on the bid size, but then it just disappeared. So not all these orders are going to get filled. So you do got to keep that in mind. Another thing you got to do with Thinkorswim is you got to add 2 zeros to the end of the number on the bid or the ask size. So this 5 right here, or this 5 is actually 500 shares, and this 1 right here, well now it's a 5, but that's 500 shares. 4,600 shares there now on 807. But because it's supply and demand window, you can see if you've got a lot of buyers sitting at a price area. So it's going to tell you that support. So right there, 805, we've got some buyers, about 10,000 shares there, sitting there. So that's going to be a little bit of decent support. And if it holds up that, but look, they just all got taken out, but another 805 came in. And you can see 8 now. We're going to test 8. We're not even testing it yet, but you can see there's a buyer, at least one, sitting there at 8. So right now we're staying above 8. $8 is a whole number support, and we just keep, as long as we see that, you just keep seeing these buyers coming in over 8 right here, then we know that $8 is going to hold a support more than likely, and we got buyers in there at 8. Now we're at 8. Let's see. If they get taken out, they're all gone, so now the price is going to drop. But all you're reading is just, how many buyers or sellers are coming in at price levels. Like at something like at 817, you're not going to see like a lot of sellers more than likely on the ask. Most of the time, the sellers are going to be at whole numbers. That's the psychology of looking for easy math to do in your head real quick as a trader. So you got a little bit of 809, but we know 8010 is a whole number, or 810, not 8010. Now look, we're still getting buyers coming in at 8. See another 8 pop up on the bid. Another 8. We want to start seeing if buyers are going to stack the bid at 8, and that'll start showing the 8's holding the support again. You see there? Look at that. Buyers stacking the bid at 8. Bam, bam, bam. Now if we hold 8 here, we should move up. And there we go. Buyer came in at 801. 1,000 shares. And now we're starting to creep up. Look at that. A bunch of sellers at 810, so they got to get taken out. They just got taken out. A bunch of buyers coming through. Now we got sellers at 815. And let's see if they get taken out. Yep. Oh, nope. So it's struggling with 815 right now because you can see on the time and sales, we didn't get very many 815s at that resistance of 815, and we have selling still at 814. Let's see. APTY is having an AMC type move. A stable coin play. I'm interested. Yeah, exactly. If it closes below 810, so they couldn't break those resistances up there. Every time we pushed above 810 for a second, and we pushed up to 815, but we got immediately pushed back down. It couldn't ever break and hold. That's why when you hear me say we want to see this break and hold this area of support, that's what I'm talking about. I'm looking to see if, like, this $8, if I was looking for an entry on this, which I would not be right here. This is a crazy place to buy at. It's way up high. But if I was looking for an entry right here, then what did I do? I made 2 lines. Then I'd want to see $8 hold. And $8 is still trying to kind of hold, but right now it's below it. And you're starting to get this curl over. I mean, all of these upper wicks on these candles is showing selling pressure, but we could also see that same selling pressure on the ask. Now, because 790 was trying to hold as some support, if that cracks, and that just did, you see it drops down some more. So there is a bunch of buyers at 785 trying to hold it up. Oh, and they just got taken out. So that was a fake out. There was buyers sitting at 785, and they all left. They pulled their orders. So now you got some at 783, and they just all got taken out. So you can see that buyers are having a hard time trying to stay in there at that 785. Okay, they're back in there now. Let's see if it can hold. Nope, getting taken out again. So 785 looking weak. Not going to hold as support. We're coming down. See if 780 can hold. 780 is trying to hold. But that's pretty much it. So let me check out APTY, and then I'll check out what Elvis is wanting me to check out. This is a low penny stock. This thing's been running now. Completion of first phase of complying with SEC rule. Fintech companies, those have been getting some big moves. Sphere is the stable coin. Interesting. So they've got their escrow and payment provider, which is on the blockchain. Sphera, their stablecoin, is anchored to the US dollar, but that's not the first one to do that. There's USDC coin, USDSS or whatever. There's a bunch of stable coins. But they're also focusing on harvesting gold, silver, and other high value metals used in electronics. What does that sound like? Does that sound familiar? That cryptos and gold and silver should have some correlation, even though they don't right now. Got a company here who's doing both, making a stable coin and mining gold and silver. Interesting. I actually am going to say this and keep this on my watch list, as cheap as it is, because it is the only thing I've seen that really... Well, I think there's one crypto that's backed by gold. What was that ticker symbol? APTY. I'm going to look into it more. It could get going, but there's no... I mean, it looks like it's a very new company. They're just now getting compliance. GDXU leveraged ETN. So, 3x leverage. So you got that's pretty nice. You got the 3x bull ETN and the 3x inverse ETN. So if you think gold's going to go down, So I'm not as adverse on ETNs as I am ETFs. The leverage is cool because you can get some big moves, but let's just find out. That didn't really give me a good difference between them. It just basically said the difference between an ETN and an ETF is where they come from. I'm used to ETNs having volatility in them, but that one doesn't have any volatility, so... Okay. Gotcha. So the ETFs represent the stake in an underlying commodity. So the ETFs have the basket of stocks, like I said. But ETNs are more like bonds. They are unsecured. And they, instead of you getting stake or getting shares in the company, you're getting senior debt notes. And there's some tax differences too. If you want to learn more about ETFs and ETNs, go to Investopedia. But the biggest differences in them are the tax differences. So where did it go? I was just reading it. ETF has no credit risk, whereas the ETN does have credit risk, because it is unsecured debt, basically. That's why it's 3x'd. But ETNs, the entire gain is treated as capital gain, and it is deferred until the security is either sold or matures. And then an ETF, the capital gains and losses are realized as each future contract is rolled into another one. So the difference is more in the taxes, kind of. Yeah, Nicholas, I said that's what I was saying. It's going to start slowing down here the later it got in the day. I know you're talking about ALF. Let me take a look at ALF. And then I'll probably call it a day as well. Yeah, ALF getting another pop up. Just riding that 20 and 50 day basically right across there. It's a weird move though. It's like a big W. Oh no it's not. It's a triangle breakout. That's what it is. I didn't see the triangle right away, but that was the downtrend. It broke that downtrend and getting a move up. There's just a little consolidation triangle there, just kind of deep because of the low float, getting deeper moves, so it was a lot bigger triangle than it looked like. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a day as well. You guys enjoy the long weekend. We will be back Tuesday. Not Monday, Tuesday. Monday the market is fully closed all day. So it'll be another short week. But if you guys get bored over the weekend or anything, check and see if I'm doing any live crypto trading on the crypto channel, because I probably will be. More content will be coming out this weekend as well. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.